They sold my ranch at Thanksgiving. I took it back. Grandma's true story. Narrator: Grandma Margaret, 74, soft Montana drawl, voice like wind through wheat. The phone rang while I was in the waiting room at Dr. Harlan's clinic in Billings. My knees ached from the drive, 3 hours on icy roads from the ranch. The nurse had just called my name when my cell buzzed. "Mom, we're selling the ranch. Already got an offer. Needed the cash for the new house down payment. Papers are signed. Truck's loaded. Bye." No hello, no sorry, just bye. I stood there, chart in the nurse's hand, staring at the screen until it went black. 45 years raising that boy. 45 years pouring coffee for his daddy at 5 a.m., mucking stalls, birthing calves in blizzards. And he erased me with one text. The nurse touched my elbow. "Mrs. Callahan, you okay?" I smiled, first real smile in months, because Ryan didn't know something. My name is Margaret Callahan. I'm 74 years old. Widow of Jack Callahan, who died 6 months ago in the barn, heart giving out while fixing the tractor he loved more than people. And 3 days before he passed, Jack handed me a tin box from under the floorboards. "Mags, if I go first, open this when you're ready. Not before. Promise." I'd forgotten it in the grief, but now I remembered. The ranch, Callahan legacy. 3,000 acres outside Bozeman. Jack's granddaddy homesteaded it in 1892. We raised Ryan there, taught him to rope, ride, respect the land. Every Thanksgiving, the table groaned. Elk steak, huckleberry pie, cousins packed in like sardines. Ryan brought Kelly 10 years ago. City girl, manicured nails, dreams of a McMansion in Billings. I cooked, cleaned, smiled. Jack winked and said, "Love makes room, Mags." After the funeral, Ryan visited twice a week, helped with bills, suggested the doctor. "Mom, you're alone now. Let us handle things." I thought it was love. The tin box. That night, I drove home through snow flurries. The ranch house glowed. Porch light Jack installed in 78. I went straight to the bedroom, pried up the loose floorboard under the rug. Tin box. Dusty. Locked. Key on a leather cord around my neck. Jack's wedding gift. Inside, deed, 500 acres in Ryan's name, but revocable trust. Bank envelope, 600,000 gold certificates. Letter in Jack's scrawl. Mags, Ryan loves the land like money, not legacy. If he ever forgets that, show him this. You're the boss, always were. Jay. I laughed until I cried. Ryan thought he sold my ranch, but the buyer, some developer from California, paid $1.2 million cash. Ryan pocketed it for his dream home. The doctor's verdict. Next morning, Dr. Harlan. "Blood pressure's high, Margaret. Stress. Rest. Eat better." I nodded, mind on the tin box. The setup. I called Mr. Langford, Jack's old lawyer. "Mrs. Callahan, the sale's fraudulent. Ryan had no authority. We reverse it in 30 days. "Keep it quiet," I said. "Let them dig their hole." Thanksgiving Eve. Ryan texted, "Big dinner tomorrow. Bringing the whole crew. Love you, Mom." I baked pies, set the table for 20. Hide the tin box in the flour tin. Thanksgiving Day. The reveal begins. Snow fell soft. Trucks rolled in. Ryan, Kelly, their kids, cousins. Table set with Jack's china. Ryan raised a glass. "To new beginnings, and to Mom. Selling the ranch was hard, but we got you a nice condo in town. Papers next week." Smiles, claps. I stood. "Actually, Ryan, the ranch isn't sold." Silence. I slid the deed across the turkey. Revocable trust. You had no right. Sales void. Buyers refunding. Kelly choked on cranberry sauce. "This is a joke." "No, darling," I said. "It's Thanksgiving, and I'm thankful for justice." Thanksgiving, 3:17 p.m. The dining room smelled of sage and panic. Ryan's face went the color of the gravy, thick, lumpy, wrong. He snatched the deed. This is fake. Dad gave me power of attorney. Read the fine print, sugar, I said, sipping cider. Revocable means I can pull the plug anytime, and I just did. Kelly's wine glass slipped, shattered on Jack's oak floor. We already spent the deposit, the new house. Is built on sand, I finished. Buyer's wire reversed at 2:58 p.m. Check your bank. Ryan fumbled his phone, face drained. It's gone. Cousin Dale whistled low. Hot damn, Mags. The sheriff. Headlights cut through the snow. Sheriff Brody, Jack's poker buddy, knocked once, stepped in, hat in hand. Evening, folks. Got a court order. He handed Ryan an envelope. Sale nullified. Premises belong to Margaret Callahan. Y'all got 48 hours to vacate any structures you don't own. Kelly shrieked, "We live here!" "No, ma'am," Brody said. "You live in the foreman's cottage, rent-free, courtesy of Margaret. That ends tonight." Ryan's meltdown. He lunged for me. Dale blocked him. "Easy, boy." "You set me up," Ryan roared. "All those visits, take care of Mom, you were spying." "Watching," I corrected. "Difference is intent." Kelly sobbed into a napkin. "The kids' school, our life." I knelt by my grandbabies, ages 7 and 9. "Pack your jammies, sweeties. Sleep over at Grandma's tonight. We'll make s'mores." They scampered off, thrilled, oblivious. The gold move. Midnight. House quiet. Ryan and Kelly in the cottage, arguing loud enough to spook the horses. I slipped to the barn. Jack's old safe behind the hay bales. Combination, our wedding date. Inside, gold bars, 400 ounces, $800K street value. Jack bought them in '08 when the market crashed. Never told a soul. I loaded 2 into a feed sack, drove to Billings under cover of snow. Deposited in a new safety box, my name only. Friday, the cottage. Ryan pounded my door at dawn, eyes bloodshot. "We're broke, Mom. The developer's suing for breach. We owe $200K in fees." I handed him coffee. "Sit." He sat. Kelly trailed in, mascara streaks like war paint. "I'm not heartless," I said. "You'll work the ranch, foreman's wage, $40K per year. Kids stay in school, cottage rent, $1 a month. Paid in sweat." Kelly sneered. "Community service?" "Redemption," I said. "Take it or leave it. Streets are cold in December." Ryan stared at the deed on the table. Jack's signature, his own, forged one beneath. I thought Dad wanted me to have it." "Dad wanted you to earn it." The first lesson. Saturday, I put Ryan on fence repair. Minus 20 degrees, wind like a blade. Kelly cleaned the chicken coop, manicure ruined by dawn. I watched from the porch, tin-box letter in my pocket. They'll hate the land before they love it again. Let 'em. Sunday, the call. "Mr. Langford, buyer dropped the suit. Your gold deposit cleared. You're liquid, Margaret. 1.4 million total." I smiled. "Keep it quiet. Phase 2 starts now." December 1st, first light. Frost glittered on the fence posts like broken glass. Ryan was already up, breath fogging, swinging a post-hole digger into frozen earth. His city coat, once $800, was patched with duct tape. Kelly trudged behind the chicken coop, pitchfork in manicured hands, muttering curses at roosters. I watched from the kitchen window, coffee steaming. Jack's letter lay open beside me. "Let the land teach what words can't." The breaking. By noon, Ryan's hands bled, blisters on blisters. He dropped the digger, sank to his knees in the snow. "I can't do this, Mom." Voice cracked like thin ice. "I'm not a rancher. I'm a real estate guy. I sold houses, not cattle." I handed him a thermos of chili. "Drink, then finish the south line. Cattle need that fence by dark. He stared at the red stew. You hate me. No, sugar. I love you enough to let you hate the work until you love the land again. Kelly's secret. Afternoon, I found Kelly in the tack room, on the phone, whispering. Yes, $47,000 on the visa. No, don't call the house. I'll pay minimums. She spun, saw me. Phone slipped. Credit cards? I asked. Her chin trembled. From the Europe trip. Ryan said the ranch sale would cover it. Then, poof. I nodded. Add it to the ledger. Every debt gets paid in sweat or cents. Your choice. The grandkids' discovery. Little Emma, 7, and Jack Jr., 9, were helping in the barn, really hunting for Christmas mice. Emma tugged my sleeve. Grandma, what's this? A corner of the tin box poked from under loose hay. I'd left it accidentally on purpose. Inside, a single gold eagle coin and a note in Jack's handwriting. For the first Callahan who asks why the land matters, Grandpa. Jack Jr. read aloud, stumbling on legacy. Emma's eyes went saucer-wide. Grandma, is this real gold? Real as the dirt under your boots, I said. Worth more than money. It's a promise. The ledger. That night, I gathered them in the kitchen, fire crackling. I slid a yellow legal pad across the table. Callahan Redemption Ledger. Ryan, 40 hours fence repair equals $400 credit toward $200,000 suit fees. Kelly, 20 hours coop stalls equals $200 credit toward 47K cards. Total owed, $247,000. Earned, $600. Every hour worked knocks $1 off, I said. Kids' chores count double, teaches them early. Ryan traced the numbers. This'll take years. Or never, I said, if you quit. Kelly whispered, we have no choice. I smiled. Choice is the whole point. The silent auction plan. Phone call to Mr. Langford, 10 p.m. List 200 acres of the North Pasture. Silent auction. Starting bid, $1 million. Proceeds to the Callahan Women's Refuge. Battered moms, fresh start. But keep my name off it. Margaret, that's prime grazing land. Exactly. Let the world bid on what my boy tried to steal. Every dollar rebuilds a life. December 7th, the storm. Blizzard hit, 40 below, power out. Ryan and I milked cows by lantern. His fingers shook. Dad did this every morning? Every single one. He looked at the cow's soft eyes. I sold her home for a down payment. I didn't answer. The cow did. Warm milk hitting the pail like forgiveness. The first crack. Kelly found me in the root cellar counting jars of huckleberry jam. I hate you, she said. Tears froze on her lashes. I know. But I hate myself more. I handed her a jar. Label says 2018, year Emma was born. You picked these berries with me, remember? She nodded, sobbing. Start there, I said. Remember who you were before the debt. December 10th. The auction goes live. Mr. Langford's email at 6:03 a.m. Silent auction posted on LandWatch, FarmFlip, and private investor lists. Current high bid, $1.4 million. Bidding war between a Texas oil heir and a California eco-resort chain. I read it aloud at breakfast. Ryan dropped his spoon. That's the North Pasture, Dad's favorite elk meadow. Was, I said. Now it's hope for women who've got nowhere else. Kelly stared at the screen. You're selling our land to strangers? My land, I corrected, and every acre buys bunk beds, counseling, and a bus ticket out of hell for someone else's daughter. December 12th, Jack's journal. Ryan found it while cleaning the lofts, leather-bound, warped from years of barn damp. Jack Callahan, Daily Log 1978 to 2023. He brought it to the kitchen fire, pages trembling in his gloved hands. Entry, November 22, 1998. Ryan, 12, Asked why we don't sell the ranch and buy a yacht. Told him land don't float, but it holds you when everything else sinks. He laughed. Hope he remembers. Ryan's voice broke reading it. I forgot. I closed the journal. Open it again tomorrow, 1 page a day. Earn the next one with the fence. December 14th, Kelly quits the cards. Mailman delivered a thick envelope. Kelly tore it open. Visa, MasterCard, Amex, all stamped paid in full. She ran to the barn, snow flying. How? I held up a shred of her old statement. You earned $47,200 in sweat. I matched it from the gold. Debt's dead. She sank into the hay, sobbing, not from relief, but shame. I maxed them on shoes. Shoes, Margaret. Shoes don't keep roofs overhead, I said, but you just paid for a woman's first month of rent in Billings. Feel that weight lift? She nodded, face buried in her scarf. December 15th, the first resident. A battered Subaru rolled up the drive at dusk. Tina Ramirez, 34, 2 kids in the backseat, black eye blooming. Sheriff Brody had called. Safe house full. Can she bunk till the refuge opens? I met her on the porch. Welcome to Callahan Halfway. Supper's venison stew. Ryan carried her bags without a word. Kelly took the kids to the bunkhouse, tucked them with cocoa and where the red fern grows. Tina whispered, I thought all ranches were for rich folks. Used to be, I said. Now it's for folks who need rich hearts. December 18th, the bidding war. Mr. Langford again. 2.1 mil and climbing. Eco Resort dropped out. Oil Air's desperate for a tax write-off. Closing December 24th, 3 p.m. Ryan overheard. Christmas Eve? You're selling on Christmas Eve? Perfect day for miracles, I said. December 20th, the kids' Christmas wish. Emma and Jack Jr. cornered me in the kitchen, construction paper letter in hand. Dear Santa and Grandma, please don't sell the elk meadow. The baby elk needs its mom. We'll clean stalls forever. Love, Ian J. I folded it into my apron. Some wishes cost more than gold sugar. December 22nd, Ryan's breakthrough. He finished the south fence alone, 400 posts. Hands raw, but he smiled when the last wire snapped tight. Came in at dusk, snowing his beard. Mom, the land talked today. Winds through the grass, it sounded like Dad humming. I handed him the journal, page marked. The ranch don't care about your bank account. It cares if you show up. He read it twice, then hugged me. First time since he was 10. December 23rd, Kelly's gift. She stayed up all night sewing. At dawn, presented Tina's kids with quilts, patched from Ryan's old rodeo shirts, my wedding dress scraps, Jack's flannel. Every square's a story, she told them. Yours starts warm. Tina cried into the venison stew. December 24th, Christmas Eve, 2:58 p.m. Auction closed. Final bid, 2.4 mil. Anonymous LLC. Mr. Langford called. Wires in escrow, refuge fund, 2.4 mil. Taxes paid. You're clear. Ryan stared at the north pasture through the window. Elk grazing where the meadow met the trees. Guess that's goodbye, he said. I smiled. Or hello. December 24th, Christmas Eve, 3 p.m. The auction timer hit 0. 2.4 mil locked. Mr. Langford's email pinged. Buyer requests immediate walkthrough. LLC name, Callahan Legacy Holdings. Rep arrives 4 p.m. Ryan frowned. Callahan Legacy? That's us. I buttered a biscuit, calm as Sunday. Finish your milk sugar. Company's comin'. 4:07 p.m. The black SUV. A shiny Suburban crunched up the drive. Tinted windows. Out stepped Mr. Langford himself. Stetson, briefcase, grin like a fox in the henhouse. Afternoon, Margaret. He tipped his hat. Meet your buyer. Ryan's jaw dropped. You bought it? Langford chuckled. No, son, she did. He handed me the closing papers. Buyer, Margaret Callahan, trustee. I'd bought my own land back through a blind trust. The 2.4 mil? recycled into the refuge fund. North pasture never left Callahan hands. Kelly whispered, "You played us." "No, darling," I said, "I saved us." Ryan's final test. I led them to the barn. Jack's old branding iron glowed in the forge. C-bar-C. "One last chore," I told Ryan. "Brand the new refuge sign. Wood's cut, paint's dry, do it right or the meadow stays fenced off forever." His hands shook. The iron hissed into pine. Smoke spelled Callahan Women's Refuge in perfect curls. He set the iron down, eyes wet. I passed. "You started," I said. "Passing takes a lifetime." 5:30 p.m., the first night. Tina and her kids moved into the bunkhouse, now refuge cabin number 1. Kelly strung Christmas lights. Ryan hauled a tiny pine from the woods. Emma and Jack Jr. hung popcorn strings. Tina's boy, Mateo, 5, tugged my sleeve. "Miss Margaret, is this heaven?" "Close enough, sugar. Supper's elk chili and cornbread." 7 p.m., the Christmas miracle. Doorbell chimed. Sheriff Brody again, this time with a court order. "Emergency hearing," he said. "Judge wants Ryan in chambers, now." We piled into the Suburban. Ryan pale, Kelly clutching his hand. Billings Courthouse, 8:15 p.m. Judge Harlan, Dr. Harlan's wife, sat behind the bench, robe over pajamas. "Mr. Callahan," she began, "the developer's suing for $200,000 in damages, but Mrs. Callahan filed a counterclaim. Fraud, elder abuse, forgery." Ryan swallowed. I'll pay it, whatever it takes." Judge Harlan slid a document. "Sign this. Community service, 500 hours at the refuge. Debt erased, record sealed." He signed without reading. She smiled. "Merry Christmas. Case dismissed." 10 p.m., home. Snow fell thick. We gathered in the refuge cabin. 12 women now, word had spread. Bunk beds, quilts, the smell of pine and hope. Ryan stood on a crate, voice steady for the first time in years. "My name's Ryan Callahan. I tried to sell my mama's ranch. She let me break, then taught me how to build. This place, it's yours, paid for by my mistakes and her mercy." Tina raised her cocoa. "To Margaret." 12 mugs clinked. Midnight, the star. I slipped outside. The barn star, Jack's old weather vane, glowed under fresh snow. "Thank you, love," I whispered. "We did it." A hand on my shoulder. Ryan. "Mom, I found another page in Dad's journal." He read by flashlight. "If the boy ever forgets the land, give him a winter. If he remembers, give him a star. J." We looked up. One star burned brighter than the rest. June 15th, summer swell. The refuge was bursting. Cabin #1 full, #2 framed, #3 poured foundation. 22 women, 31 kids, 4 dogs, 1 three-legged cat named Lucky. Ryan ran the ranch like a general. Hay crew at 5 a.m., irrigation by 7, refuge chores by noon. Kelly managed intake, paperwork, counseling referrals, garden plots. I cooked for an army, elk burgers, huckleberry cobbler, biscuits the size of saucers. June 20th, first graduation. Tina Ramirez, our first resident, stood on the porch in a cap and gown. Online GED, 4.0. She clutched her diploma. "I came here with 2 black eyes and 1 suitcase. I leave with a high school degree and a job offer, bookkeeper for the refuge." The women formed a tunnel of raised hands. Kids blew soap bubbles. Ryan handed her the keys to cabin #4, now staff housing. "Stay," he said. "Teach the next ones how it's done." Tina hugged him so hard his hat fell off. July 4th, Ryan's surprise. Fireworks over the meadow. Ryan blindfolded me, led me to the north pasture. Open. A bronze statue, Jack on horseback, hat tipped, arm around a little boy, Ryan at age 8. Plaque. "To Margaret Callahan, who taught us the land keeps its promises. Love, your family. 2025. I traced Jack's bronze smile. He'd cuss the fuss. He'd love it, Ryan said. I commissioned it with my first foreman bonus. Kelly added, and the kids picked the pose from an old photo. Emma tugged my sleeve. Grandma, look under the base. A time capsule, welded shut. Note, open 2050, or when Grandma's 100. July 10th, the oil air letter. Mailman delivered a thick envelope, Texas postmark. Mrs. Callahan, you outbid me at $2.4 million. Fair play, but I'm not sore. Enclosed, $100,000 donation to your refuge. My sister left a bad marriage with nothing. Your story gave her courage. Name a cabin after her, Lila. Respect, J. McAllister. Kelly read it aloud at supper. Ryan whistled. That's the oil air. Turns out money can buy manners, I said. Cabin #5 is Lila's. July 15th, the garden. Women planted victory squares. Tomatoes, zucchini, sunflowers taller than the kids. Tina taught budgeting with seed packets. 1 pack feeds a family. 1 lie starves it. August 1st, the storm. Thunder cracked the sky. Lightning struck the old cottonwood, split it clean. Ryan rallied the crew, chainsaws, tarps, saving what furniture we could. Kelly directed traffic, women, kids, livestock into the barn. I stood on the porch, rain soaking my dress, watching my family move like a single heartbeat. Jack's voice in the wind. Storm don't break roots that run deep. August 2nd, rebirth. The split tree revealed a hollow. Inside, Jack's last gift, a cedar box. Letter. If the cottonwood falls, plant a new one. Roots, remember. Seeds, cottonwood wrapped in 1975 newspaper. Photo, Jack and me, newlyweds, under that very tree. We planted the seeds at dawn. Ryan dug the hole, Kelly watered. Kids tossed in pennies for luck. August 15th, the ledger closes. Callahan Redemption Ledger, final. Ryan, 1,200 hours equals $48,000 credit. Kelly, 1,000 hours equals $40,000. Kids, 400 hours equals $16,000. College fund. Total paid, $104,000. Balance, 0. Forgiven in full. I burned the ledger in the fire pit. Ashes rose like fireflies. Ryan hugged me. We're square? Never were in debt, I said. Just learning interest. March 15th, first green. Snow melted into mud. The north pasture, still ours, glowed emerald under a weak sun. Calving season. Ryan hadn't slept in 72 hours, up every 2 hours with the heifers. I found him in the barn at dawn, arms blood slick, pulling a breech calf. Got her, Mom, he panted. Little girl, strong. I handed him coffee. Name her Mercy. He laughed. First real laugh since November. Fits. March 20th, Kelly's confession. She waited till the women were at evening chores, knocked on my bedroom door, envelope in shaking hands. Read this. Inside, divorce papers, filed against herself. I'm leaving Ryan, she said, not because I hate him, because I love him enough to stop dragging him down. I sat her on Jack's old rocker. Explain. Before the ranch, I had a shopping addiction, $87K in secret accounts. Europe was my escape plan. Ryan thought it was his idea. I let him take the fall. Tears carved clean tracks through barn dust on her cheeks. I've paid $47K in labor. The rest, I'm selling my jewelry, every diamond. Then, I'm gone. I folded the papers. You're not leaving. You're staying. As refuge manager. Salary, $50K. Debt, forgiven. But you tell Ryan yourself, tonight. March 21st, the telling. Supper cable. Tina's kid said grace. Kelly stood. Ryan, I'm the reason we're broke. The cards, the trip, the lies. I forged your name too. Silence. A calf bawled outside. Ryan pushed back his chair. Walked out. March 22nd, the grandkids' secret project. Emma and Jax Jr. dragged me to the hayloft at sunrise. "Close your eyes, Grandma." They unveiled a hand-painted sign, Callahan Legacy Trail, arrow pointing to a map, every acre labeled with a story. Grandpa's first kiss spot, Mom's broken arm tree, Mercy's birthday pasture. Emma beamed, for the refuge ladies, so they know the land has memories. I hugged them till ribs creaked. March 25th, Ryan returns. He'd been gone 3 days. Found him at Jack's grave, journal open. Page marked. Forgiveness ain't free. It costs the one who gives it and the one who takes it. He looked up, eyes red. I'm not divorcing her. I'm marrying her again. Here, on the ranch. Vows we mean this time. I handed him a ring box. Kelly's diamonds, reset into 2 plain gold bands. Paid in full, I said. April 1st, Jack's final letter. Another tin box, smaller, hidden in the tractor seat. Mags, if spring comes and the boy's still swinging a hammer instead of a sold sign, give him this. Inside, deed, the entire 3,000 acres transferred to Callahan Family Trust. Trustees, Margaret, Ryan, Kelly, Emma, Jack Jr. Clause, land may never be sold, only stewarded. Bank draft, $500K, labeled Refuge Expansion Phase 2. I read it aloud at breakfast. Ryan dropped his fork. "Dad, new?" "He bet on you," I said, "and you won." April 10th, the vow renewal. Under the cottonwood where Jack proposed. Ryan in clean Wranglers, Kelly in my mother's lace veil. Tina's daughter was flower girl. Mateo carried rings on a horseshoe. Ryan's vow. I promise to work this land till my hands forget how to sign a sale. Kelly's. I promise to earn every sunrise I wake up to here. I pronounced them husband and wife. The refuge women cheered. Mercy, the calf, bawled approval. December 24th, 2025, 1 year later. Snow fell gentle, same as last Thanksgiving, but everything else had changed. The ranch glowed. 6 refuge cabins, a community hall, a playground built from old fence posts. 47 women had come and gone, 19 stayed as staff. The cottonwood sapling, now chest high, stood wrapped in Christmas lights where the old tree fell. Noon, the wedding. Tina Ramirez married Deputy Brody, the sheriff's son, under the sapling. Kelly walked her down the aisle, veil made from refuge quilt scraps. Ryan officiated, voice steady. Repeat after me. I choose this land, these people, this second chance. Tina's kids carried rings on Mercy the cow's halter. I sat front row, tissue in one hand, Jack's bronze statue smiling behind me. 3 p.m., the feast. Long tables groaned, elk prime rib, huckleberry glazed ham, Tina's tamales, Kelly's 7-layer salad. 100 souls, refuge grads, neighbors, the oil heir, Jay McAllister flew in with his sister Lila. Ryan raised a glass. To Mom, who turned betrayal into bunk beds, greed into gardens, and a broken family into a legacy. Cheers echoed off the barn. 5 p.m., Margaret's legacy letter. I stood on a hay bale, tin box in hand, the original. Quiet, y'all. I opened it slow. Inside, one last envelope. To be read when the cottonwood casts shade. J. Ryan's eyes widened. It's time? I nodded. Jack's final words. Mags. If you're reading this, the ranch is whole and the boy is a man. Give him the reins, but keep the heart. The land is his to work, yours to guard, the women's to heal. Plant me under the new cottonwood, let my dust feed the roots. Love never ends, it just changes soil. Forever your cowboy, Jack. Silence. Then Ryan dropped to his knees in the snow, arms around the sapling. 6 p.m., the scattering. We carried Jack's ashes, kept in the bronze statue's base, to the cottonwood. Ryan dug a small hole. Kelly sprinkled wildflower seeds. The kids tossed pennies. I poured the ashes. Rest easy, love. The tree's growing. 7 p.m., the lanterns. Every refuge child held a paper lantern. Emma lit the first, for Grandpa Jack. One by one, they rose, 47 lanterns for every woman who'd found safety. They drifted over the north pasture, glowing like low stars. 8 p.m., the trust. Lawyer Langford arrived with papers. Callahan Family Trust, final. Land, 3,000 acres, inalienable. Refuge, self-sustaining. Via endowment, $3.1 million. Trustees, Margaret, Ryan, Kelly, Tina, Emma, Jack Jr. Clause, 1 new cabin every time a woman says, I'm enough. I signed, Ryan signed, Kelly signed with the pen from her old credit card days. 9 p.m., the dance. Barn doors open, fiddle and guitar. Ryan spun Kelly under the rafters. Tina slow danced with Brody. Emma and Jack Jr. taught the refuge kids the two-step on hay bales. I sat with Lila McAllister, watching. You saved my sister, she said. No, ma'am, she saved herself. I just left the gate open. 11:55 p.m., the toast. Ryan climbed the loft stairs, journal in hand. One last page, he called. December 24, 2025. If the lanterns fly and the tree stands, tell Mags she's the best damned cowboy I ever rode with. The barn erupted. Midnight, the star. We stepped outside. The sky cracked open. Aurora borealis, green and purple ribbons. Ryan whispered, Dad's fireworks. I looked at the cottonwood, lights twinkling, lanterns still floating miles away. The ranch wasn't just land anymore. It was home for every woman who'd ever been told she had none. Epilogue. Emma, age 18, 2041. She'll open the time capsule under the 60-foot cottonwood. Inside, Jack's hat, sweat-stained. My wedding ring. A flash drive. Every refuge story, narrated by the women. My letter. Emma, the land doesn't belong to us. We belong to it. When you're trustee, remember. Forgive hard. Work harder. Love hardest. Plant a seed every time someone says impossible. See you under the cottonwood. Love, Grandma Mags.